want to say 16 to 19. It's a very confusing age. And they put God in it, like I was gonna be unstoppable. Hold on, why do I look like this? It just wasn't working. Just jumping straight into reading my Bible is not gonna work. I'm tired of being insecure and sad. 9 times out of 10, these people that you look up to are not even the people that they portray themselves to be. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Taylor. This is my channel. So today is gonna be a self-care Sunday video. I'm back. I don't know if you can tell, but my face is a little damp. I need one of those little thingies, like, you know, that they put up so like when they do their makeup, you know what I'm talking about. I need one of those things. But anyway, so let's get started with the face mask. I kind of had this one for a while. I haven't used it, so it might be a little dry. So the first question is, how can you discern God's voice from Satan's voice? How I used to be very confused about this. And to think about it now, it's weird because, like, how do you not know Satan's voice from God's voice? Like, it should be like a very clear indicator, but it's actually kind of hard when you're first starting out. So, like, the way I think about it is you just have to really meditate on it and ask God to, like, reveal if is this your voice or is this Satan's voice, you know? Like, certain things you can think about it and just know. Like, if you see a homeless person on the street and let's say they're like asking you for $20 or something, your first thought hopefully should be like, oh, I want to give them $20 because they need it. But there could be a thought in the back of your mind that's like, you need to save, like, you need to be spending any money. And you know, you might think that that's like God trying to tell you, like, you need to save, you don't need to be giving your money out. But when you think about it, how does helping somebody in need hurt you in any way? Anything that you give away that you know that you probably need it, but you trust God and know that He'll provide for you. I'm not saying give just to receive, but like, if it's something and you really sacrificed it, you might get a blessing because it was for a good cause, you know? So again, I'd say just like pray and ask God about it. So I don't know if that kind of helps, but that's how you can discern God's voice from Satan's voice. So the second question, what made you commit your life to Christ? So I've always been in church my whole life. Like, I had a Bible. Well, I have a Bible. I always believed in God. Like, no one could have a debate with me and be like, God's not real. Like, I don't care how, you know, far away I felt from God. If you told me He wasn't real, I was gonna defend it. Like, I was like, no, He's real. Like, what are you talking about? You sound dumb. That's just how I was. I mean, I might not have known exactly what to say or how to back it up, but I knew, like, God is real. Like, no one could try to tell me otherwise. But, you know, around June-ish, I really wanted to, like, become the best version of myself before I turned 20. And, like, between 17, I want to say 16 to 19, it's a very confusing age. Like, you're confused, you don't know what you want to do with life, you don't know what kind of person you want to be, you're most likely unhappy if you're in the world. You compare yourself to other people, and you're just, like, insecure, you don't know who you are. So once I got closer to 20, I started wanting to be, you know, more secure in myself. And I wanted the life that, like, I saw my favorite, I guess, influencers have. Hold on, why do I look like this? Okay, whatever. But I just saw the kind of life I wanted in other influencers, and instead of trying to compare compare my life, I just pictured myself being the best version of myself in the positive way. Not wanting to be them, but wanting to have the confidence they had, the ambition they had. Because like we're all just watching these people and we're sitting at home doing nothing. We're just comparing ourselves. Like, oh, I want to be this person, I want to be that person. But we're only looking at their outer appearance. We're not looking at who they are off the camera or outside of Instagram. And 9 times out of 10, these people that you look up to are not even the people that they portray themselves to be. You know, I'm not even perfect all the time, and to some people I might come off as like the most perfect, organized person, and I'm really not that person. I strive to be that every day, but that's not who I am. So if you honestly just try to, if you just, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. If you just try to be the best version of yourself, like don't look at the money they have, all that kind of stuff. Look at their mental, like how they carry themselves. Are like, that's the kind of people you should want to be like if you're gonna be like somebody. So anyways, I did that, and I just always realized that like when God was in my life, everything went perfect. So like I was like, if I focus more on self-care, focus more on who I want to be, and then put God in it, like I was gonna be unstoppable. Like that's what I was thinking. So I was like, I'm giving my life to God. Like I'm tired of being insecure and sad and like I'm tired of that. So that's really what made me decide to give my life to God, and ever since then it's just been like really good. Like I'm super confident. I'm always, even if I'm down for a few days, I still do focus on getting back up and continuing to be the person that I want to be, or that I'm looking forward to being. So it's kind of how it is every day. So the third question, what are one of your testimonies? Okay, so I kind of gave you a little bit of a testimony, what I just said, how I was like sad and all that. I want to say when I was in high school, I was still trying to figure myself out, so I didn't get into the best group of friends, and even at some point I kind of realized like I don't want to be like a person that follows other people. I want to be my own person, but like I was quiet, so I honestly just went with the flow of things. Like no one could ever get me to do anything I didn't want to do though. Like that's one thing. But like I just did not pick the right friends, and it did not help with my insecurities. No matter how many times people told me over my whole life I was pretty, or that you're beautiful or you're gorgeous, this and that. When you hang out with certain people at that age that have all those other insecurities, and you're already like having your own issues, they're just gonna rub off on you. It just wasn't working. It was not motivated, and then it just got worse. Like once college started and I was still hanging around certain people, now they weren't technically bad people, but they weren't people that weren't really motivating me. And someone doesn't have to be a bad person to not motivate you, but it's just like when you know what kind of goals you want to be around people that will motivate you. You want to see them doing things and be like, oh, I want to do that too, and not just be influenced by the bad things. So that's really my main testimony, like my personal testimony. I'll probably talk about my life testimony another time, but like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I was very easily influenced by other people, so I was acting like other people that was not me, you know, like aggressive or like just being rude or just bullying people, and like that wasn't okay. That was not okay. I didn't change until like, I think for a lot of people, quarantine, where I was by myself and I had to like learn myself, learn what I liked and what I didn't like, what kind of people I wanted to be around. And I think that's really honestly what helped me. So that's kind of part of my testimony, a very tiny bit of my testimony. I probably will make a video another time about that, and go more into detail. Like, let me know if you guys want that or not. Is following Christ always easy? No, it's not at all. There's even something that says something. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just looking like a totally bad role model right now. There's a scripture that says that the way is narrow and those who find it are few. I'll put the scripture up, but it's honestly not easy. Like, our normal human nature, we want to react to certain things the way we want to react. We want to do certain things. We want to say certain things. When you have to fight your urges, your regular human urges daily, that's hard. Like, that's very hard. But over time, the more you grow, it gets easier, so then it just becomes a part of you. But I can say, when you're starting off, reversing everything that you've learned from the world is pretty hard. But when you keep doing it, it becomes a habit, and it doesn't have to become an act. So I always say, try to fake it till you make it. Yeah, fake it till you make it, because that's the only, honestly, like, the only way. If you pretend, it'll start, coming on. Don't act like a phony, or don't try to act like someone you're not. But if you're striving to be a better person, just try to act on it. Like, be that kind of person in front of people and behind closed doors. Okay? Yeah. What do you do when you feel distant from the presence of God? Okay, so this has happened a few times, and just recently I felt far from God. You have to realize, what are you spending your time more with? Like, where's your time going? A lot of times it's easy for me to catch myself because I realize, my time is going more towards social media because I want to be an influencer. And once you get on Instagram, you start scrolling, then it becomes something you do every day. So I say just set boundaries for yourself. So you just know when it is a time. Things are gonna automatically try to pull you away from God. But once that starts happening, what I do is I limit myself, and I probably cut off social media for some time, and I try to just do my Bible plans, because honestly, the way I work, if I've been distant from God for a while, just jumping straight into reading my Bible is not gonna work, because I'm not gonna be focused. So what I do is I listen to some Christian music on my Christian playlist. I'll put that here or in the description, and I just listen to that. And once you start listening to that, it just, I don't know, it gets you motivated. And also what I do is, since I do want to start having more days where I just reset, like Sunday resets, I just write down my goals. And when I start writing down my goals, I realize that I'm not going to be able to get these goals done without God. Even if I got them without God, I'm not going to be happy with them. The last question, is fasting an essential when walking with Christ? It's very essential, because like I said earlier, I kind of like how these questions are tying into everything I'm saying. But there's honestly no way to escape the world. The world is all around you, and it's okay to enjoy some things that are not detrimental to your life, that's in the world. But at some point, if you're doing that more than you are focusing on your walk with God, it's gonna pull you away. So I say fasting is essential, and fasting doesn't necessarily have to always be food, but it's really good when you fast from food, because it's showing everyone loves to eat. So if you can give up your favorite foods for a good month or something, that's a lot. A lot of people do social media fasts. I do social media fasts. It's just trying to find a balance between, being on social media and my relationship with God. I mean, I've gotten better because I make my main page strictly for posting. I don't scroll often. If I look at someone else's post, it's someone that I went to go look at their post specifically. If you scroll, you're gonna scroll for hours, and there's people on there that I don't really want to see, but I want them to see what I post. So I think it just depends on what you know will help you. If you have a problem with social media, then take social media fast. If you have a problem with certain foods, take a food fast. If you have a problem with, let's say, you're transitioning into your, walk with God from being in the world, and it's something you like to do that's not necessarily good, but no one can just go from one day doing this to stopping that. You can fast from it. and it'll just slowly, you'll be able to manage it. So I think it's very essential because it just brings you back on track with what you need to be doing and getting back to what goals you set, you know. So I think it's very, very essential. That's pretty much all of the questions. I got a lot of questions, but I wanted to split them up between like 2 videos. If you have questions, you can always put them in the comments or comment them on my Instagram, and I'll answer them because I want this series to be something that I do every single Sunday. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know if I should keep doing these.